Hello, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm Darth Tuba, your host, and I am here with more Entertainment Earth. And there are still boxes, and there are still boxes coming. I've already talked about some time of maybe suffering from collecting fatigue in the collecting world of pre-orders and online sales and everything else. But I will say that the fatigue is more in just the effort of, you know, taking everything, moving it to the basement, getting it ready, getting it all set up, that kind of thing. The actual opening up and admiring the items, I think, is much, much better. So why don't we get right to it? Okay, we have 4 more Entertainment Earth. Now, last time we got a bonus 5th one. I don't know if they're going to do that again, but I'm hoping that they do. I've been saying for months and months, if not a year or so, Entertainment Earth, please start saving cardboard. Put 2 figures in a box. You can do it. It's okay. It'll protect the figure. You have been the best in submitting and in delivering figures that were in good shape. This did not happen in this box, but it is Black Series Reva. So again, I was not prepared. I mean, I have to look back on my sheet that I made up. I did not think that so many figures were going to be coming from Obi-Wan this soon. But I guess you know what it is? I think part of it comes from my from the experience we had with the first season of The Mandalorian, where that was so hush-hush that they didn't have any toys ready. I think that for Obi-Wan, and maybe even for Book of Boba, although I think Book of Boba Fett, I'm still waiting on some items, but maybe for Obi-Wan, they learned how to successfully or semi-successfully, you know, produce the product without having spoilers. I don't know, but there is Reva. Now I've decided for now I'm going to keep Reva in the box. Why? Because Reva has 2 sabers separate and a 3rd saber together, and I just feel that it's a real good chance of me losing some of the figures stuff. So, you know, I might do an unboxing later, but for now we're going to keep it there. But there Reva is. You can see in the face that intense stare. I love this character. I want a Reva show. I want to have expansion out of the main characters so that we can grow the Star Wars universe. If you don't want that, I understand. You're entitled to your opinion, but that's what I want. I want Star Wars supermarket. I want to be able to pick the stuff off the shelf that Star Wars is going to be offering and decide if I really want to continue indulging in that or leaving it on the shelf for somebody else. But right now, I got to tell you, 90% of everything that's been produced, whether it be original trilogy, prequels, even things like the holiday special, droids, Ewok movies, sequel trilogy, cartoons, I'd rather them be here than not. But and there's no different for Obi-Wan. So there is Reva and a really cool menacing stare. So there's one. Can't tell. I just can't tell if it's, now that all bets are off, are they gonna ship 2 figures in for the price of 1? It'd be so cool. Then they did. I got 2. We got another twofer. No, we didn't get a twofer. We got a 3-fer, folks. I am not kidding. There are 3 figures. What is this madness? What is this madness? That is Entertainment Earth shipping 3 figures. Okay, we got all retro. So it looks like this might be the rest of, it's the rest of the retro collection. We have the Grand Inquisitor. I love this one. And no, I'm not one of those people that are like, why is the Grand Inquisitor not have the elongated head? Or why is it not played by Jason Isaacs? Or no, was it Jason Isaacs? Yes, it was. And my answer to that is just go watch something else. I don't mind if you are disappointed that I love Jason Isaacs. So Jason Isaacs didn't play, but I thought this guy did a really good job with it. And I love his character. I love in fact, I do kind of feel like his animated, or not his animated, his sculpt from the retro style is very fitting of the Rebels Grand Inquisitor. So really cool. We also have the 5th brother. Again, another one that kind of reminiscent in the design, in the figure design of the Rebels cartoon series. I love that. I love the lightsaber. It's so reminiscent of the old vintage figure lightsabers. Some young collectors are probably like, "Ugh, retro collection, please," and I'm like, of course I'm going to enjoy a retro collection. And retro is not something that's restricted to Star Wars. I mean, I've seen G.I. Joe figures from the 80s. I've seen He-Man figures. I've seen Ninja Turtles. I've even seen Transformers. I've seen everything. Everything old is new again. There's a thing called nostalgia. And, it's funny because, like, everybody thinks that it's like, it's like a real big thing now that's being marketed. Being also a Disney nut, I can tell you that Walt Disney capitalized on nostalgia right up until his death, and then the company took it and even ran with it 10 times more. So there's a ton of nostalgia for all sorts of things when you go to Disney parks or watch Disney movies. So there it is, fifth brother. And then lastly in this box we have Ned B. I'm a very positive person. I tend to tout all the things I love about Star Wars and tend to not complain a lot. But I will offer one constructive critical feedback regarding Obi-Wan, and that's regarding this droid. I liked the idea of the droid not talking and emoting everything via actions. All right, I appreciated that. I just would have liked more of them. I would have liked them to maybe not. How many times are we going to have a droid? It felt very derivative to have a droid give its life. Not that droid really gave; he was just protecting. He wasn't like valiantly. He was just protecting the other person for a few extra seconds. But I like this character, and I would have liked to have seen this character develop a little more. But then again, I realized it wasn't the name of the show. It wasn't Ned B. So he moved the story along in his own way, and I get that. But since it's a worker droid, maybe we can see more worker droids if they decide to create another season of Obi-Wan or any of the shows. Maybe we'll see a return of a Ned B type droid. So very good. A threefer. I'm still so excited. Oh my god, a threefer in one box. About the same weight as what I just did, so maybe, but I don't. But I will say this: the multiple packs seem to be so far restricted to just the retro figures. And I will say, retro figures have one thing that other figures do not, and that is they are thin this way. All the other figures, because of the bulkiness of the figures, they tend to be a little bit bigger. And I'm kind of shocked that we don't have a star case, plastic clamshell type case for these types of figures. I mean, most of them will fit in the ones that they've made, but there's all this. A clamshell case like that, star case goes this high, so it's a lot of wasted space. And the only thing I've been able to find for thinner, like vintage figures or retro figures, is that are this thin, are like hard acrylic rectangular cases, which I don't want. So if anybody knows of a place that is selling thinner, more narrow or less depth this way of for retro or vintage figures, but like the softer plastic ones, a clamshell style, let me know. Put it in the comments. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what we got. Is it a twofer? No, it's a one-fer. But it's a Black Series one-fer, so we understand. I'm looking at this behind the camera, this pile of boxes that I now have to break down to recycle. Oh, we have Book of Boba Fett. The Boba Fett Throne Room. This one we're opening. Yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because I'm looking at everything he's got, and he's a big figure, but he's got a place to put everything, so I don't have to worry about not having, having him lose something else. I mean, I have a few Boba Fett figures. I just loved the Book of Boba Fett. I love that character making a different type of arc. I know a lot of people are like, he should be a villain. I'm like, smugglers are not villains. I mean, they can be, but most smugglers have a code that they live by with other smugglers and or not smuggler, bounty hunters. People that are, and I could say smugglers too, like third, that third party that plays both sides kind of thing. I get that, and I think a lot of people in this world kind of fall into that, where they're not inherently the good guy, but not necessarily the bad guy either. Like they're not looking to see people get hurt, or they want there to be a sense of fairness, but again, Boba's like his father, a simple man trying to make his way in the universe. Although Boba Fett, or sorry, I should say Jango Fett, I think he was a little bit more disreputable. He did try to assassinate Padme. Okay, I want to have him carry his weapon. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if this will work. I love that. Oh, such a great... appreciate the bendable thumbs. Thank you, Hasbro. Gives me a second to... Alright, maybe I'll have to use this. Sorry. Riveting television, I know, but I'm just trying to get him. I always worry when I bend these fingers or the thumbs back. I'm always worried that it's going to snap off. I think that happened to me once with a figure. I was like, oh no. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do. He'll hold his gun, but it's kind of a weird angle. And all right, I'm going to leave the helmet on him. I mean, you can see here his real life sculpt. It's pretty cool. I'm going to actually put his helmet on though, and then even put his visor down so you can see that. There you go. Cool. Great. I like the non-soft goods. He's got a little bit like a half soft goods. He's got like his tunic bottom is kind of partially sculpted, partially free-flowing, so to give him a little bit of that. Now, I will say, though, his stand test, I don't know if I can have him do it on this box, but oh, interesting. He wants to fall forward. Very strange. Good. All right, he passes the stand test. Good job. Okay, one more. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items so far. So let's see what the final item of the episode will be. Looks like one vintage Stormtrooper Commander. Oh, this is the Force Unleashed. Ooh. This is VC 254 Gaming Greats. Okay, so now they're doing gaming greats with the 3 3/4 inch. This is the Force Unleashed. This is one area where I feel like I wish they wouldn't number it. I really wish they wouldn't number it. It's just that, I mean, I like the figure. I like the paint app. I like that it's from the Force Unleashed, which is one of the few games that I actually played. So I do relate to the game. But I would have liked to have had the opportunity to make this purchase or not. And because it's 254, I feel like it's part of the collection. I really need to put it in the collection. So anyway, it's a great figure though. It's a good, obviously got a great card. I like the art. It's not really a live image. It's a painting, I guess, or a digital painting, and it's a pretty cool thing. So awesome, loving it. So that will do it for this episode. This awesome episode where we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures in 4 boxes. Very good. But as you can see, there are more unboxings to come. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Will that get flagged? I don't know. It was a complete slip of the tongue, and it was not Freudian, I promise you. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Darth Tuba, Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page, and the War of the Stars podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.